but it's evident from the police report, and it's evident from the fact of just what started this whole situation, a business card.
My wife and I, we had a misunderstanding, and during that time, 2 years ago, like I said, we had a misunderstanding, sir, and my wife wanted to get out of the pickup truck that I was driving, and I wouldn't let her get out of the pickup truck. I kept hitting the lock button so she wouldn't get out of the pickup truck. So when I couldn't stop her no longer from getting out, she got out of the truck and got out on the side of the highway. So I left her on the side of the highway. I called my pastor up. I told my pastor that my wife had got out the truck. I left her on the side of the highway. He said, well, you got to go back and get your wife. So I went back to try to go and find her. She was already gone.
Say, did you ever strike her or wrestle with her?
No, sir, not at all. Like I said, I was just hitting the lock button on the pickup truck, keep her from getting out, until I couldn't stop getting out any longer from the lock button. She got out the truck, all hysterical, and I just left on the side of the highway. I left, not even knowing that she had called the police and everything like that. Her and I had lived together all the way up until March 26th, not even knowing that a warrant was out for my arrest. Okay. We had been staying together the whole time, sir.
Okay, she had some damage to her face and to her chest area that was photographed, and her statement, and I feel certain you have talked to her about this, but her statement is pretty damning in the fact that it says exactly what you did in the course of that little skirmish you're talking about.
Right.
And she seemed like she was, the officer went to a great detail, or the deputy, and I think he did a great job of documenting everything. Well, how do we get around that?
By telling the truth, sir. And I never punched her. I tried to stop her from getting out of the truck. I never hit her or anything. And how she got the damage on her chest where they were stating that her mouth was bust and she had damages. I tried to prevent her from getting out the truck. I never sprayed her or anything.
So you did touch her, though. I mean, you did try to keep her in the truck, correct?
Yes, sir. That's it. I just tried to keep her in the truck.
So it was more than just hitting the lock button.
Okay. Yes. Right. Stop her from getting out of the truck. She was trying to get out of the truck. What you getting out of the truck for? Because we had a misunderstanding. You know, sir, I never hit her. I never laid a hand on my wife. Just like she said, how she got the marks on her face. I don't know. She was trying to get out the truck. She hit herself. I never spiked her.
She also says that she's been the victim of other domestic violence from you. Was she just making that up too?
Yes, sir. I've never been she never been no victim of domestic violence from me, sir. I've never been arrested on anything. Never been arrested on anything, sir. You know, like I said, we've been living together all the way up until the day they picked me up, that the warrant was put out for my arrest. I turned myself in to face these charges. I don't have anything to hide. I would never beat her. I never hit her, sir. Never ever.
That's so you didn't strike her. You did wrestle with her some to try to keep her in the car. What were y'all arguing about?
About the pickup truck that we had purchased together. And we left the dealership at this particular time, and the guy had given us his business card. He given one to me, and one to her. I told her that she didn't need the business card to give me the business card because he didn't want to. The guy said if we needed any more information, if we needed anything further, to contact him. So that's why he gave us the business card. So I told my wife, I said, well, baby, it's over with. He don't want to, we came here to sign the truck, to put the truck in my name. He wouldn't do it. So he gave us a business card to contact him if we needed anything. So I told my wife, I said, well, babe, you don't need the business card. There's no reason why we should contact him anymore. It was like he was flirting with my wife. And, I got upset. I got a little upset. I said, well, you don't need the business card. Give me the business card. And that's what it was all about. Like I said, I never spiked her. Like I said, I'm a gentleman. I'm not a violent guy.
Okay, well, that's the purpose of these hearings, is to determine what happened. So y'all were fussing over
a business card
that you didn't think she should have.
Right. That's what it's all.
Okay. All right. That's all I have. That's all the questions I needed then.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.
I see Ms. Stapleton has some questions.
Yes, sir, Mr. Small.
Yes, ma'am.
To continue on with what my colleague, Mr. Prater, was talking about, and you're talking about the business card. In her police report, she talks about that this all started out of you thought she was cheating and you were jealous. And you started hitting on her, and she, in her words, she attempted to defend herself with very limited results because you were in a fit of rage. And she tried to flee the vehicle, and that's when you were pulling her back in, and you continued to hit on her, and then you left her stranded on the side of the road. So tell me about that.
Well, like I was saying, like I was saying, I tried to forbid her from getting out of the car. It wasn't no fight. It wasn't no.
Was she trying to get out of the car though because you were hitting on her? Because she said she was trying to defend herself. No, not because I was hitting on her, because she didn't want to give me the car. Well, why were you hitting on her about a doggone card?
I wasn't hitting on her. That's what I'm saying. I never striked her.
Okay. But you were insistent on getting the card back. You thought she was cheating on you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. 2 years ago. Yes, ma'am. But like I said, we lived together the whole time, ma'am. Not one time we ever had.
She said that this is just like my colleague said, that this has not been the first time that you've done this, but she never pursued charges. That's not unusual for somebody that's a victim of domestic violence. They can be hit a lot of times and many different occasions, and they don't pursue charges. And to be a nonviolent person, you may not be a nonviolent person against somebody your size, but that's not unusual for a victim to be beat up on.
We never meant for any of this to happen, ma'am, and I'm very sorry that this happened. I love my wife. My wife loved me. We just want to move on with our life. Like I said, I'm not a violent person, a DA, and I did throw the charges out that they had on me for, which was a misdemeanor charge as well. It wasn't a felony charge, ma'am. It was a misdemeanor charge, and I was dismissed. That charge was dismissed against me, ma'am, and we just want to get on with our life. We really do sorry that this happened, and we don't want to cause any. I don't want to, and I hate that y'all had to come down here to try to find out what's going on. I'm so sorry.
Well, it's a good thing that we were called down here for this, because sometimes these types of hearings may be preventative. Because what I like is your wife. I hope maybe she's going to talk later. I'm not sure, but I do see where she recanted and that she wanted you home. But I hope that she seeks out the local shelter and finds out what domestic violence is all about. And they have free counseling and free services for her. So I hope she gets that. And regardless of this hearing, I hope you do the same thing, because clearly the police officer, what he observed was that she was very upset and crying. And as Mr. Prater said, we do have the pictures, and she was scratched up and stuff. So I don't think she did that to herself. That's all I've got to say.
All right. Ms. Dolores, would you like to speak?
Yes, I would like to say something.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Dad, my husband never hit me. I can tell you he never hit me. And when he was pressing the button to get me out of the car, I was trying to get out the car. So when he got to Central, and when he got to Central and he wasn't pressing the button anymore, I jumped out the car. My husband did not hit me. Now, the only thing about abuse, I know about abuse. You know what I'm saying? I've been through abuse with my ex-husband, okay? Cornell is a very good man to me. He never hit me, never. And I don't understand why. The things is, we do have problems. We have communication. Sometimes we fuss about things. He go take a walk and I'll be right here. You know what I'm saying? I could never go to a shelter. Now, when I was married to this other guy, I'd have been told y'all that he beat me big time. But Cornell never hit me. Now, the thing is, when them people came to my house that day, that really told me up. When my husband went, they brought him from work to jail. That really bothers me. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do nothing because of those people in the front yard and in the backyard of my house. I could not rest. So they really did something to me. I couldn't even rest at all. These 3 months, I could not rest. Every time I turn around, I'm looking to see if those people come into my house with these guns. I never experienced that. I never saw that before in my life besides TV. So my husband is not a bad man. He's not the person to be out here, out in that jailhouse. Those people that doing bad need to be in there. My husband is good. He is very good. And I'm not going to lie to him, because let me tell you, I got 4 boys. My 4 boys is very, very particular about mine. And if anybody touch me, my 4 boys got my back. But my husband will never hit me. I don't know nothing about none of that other stuff. He never hit me. And I think when I got out the car, I probably hit my mouth on the door and I was shut the door. I'm trying to get out and I shut the door and that was it.
So just let me ask something just small. So the information or what you told the police was not true?
What I told the police, it's been a long time. I don't remember what I told the police. I told the police that he was trying to get the card. It was in my jean pocket. And so the only thing my husband was doing is like pulling me back so I won't jump out the car.
Let me tell you what it says. And I'll share this with both of you. You, Jones, it says Jones - Small. So I guess before you married, your name was Jones.
Yeah, my name is Jones. Yeah.
So it says Jones Small advised that Small became enraged with her. He determined her vehicle was only in her name and not in his too.
Right.
You advised that Small also repeatedly accused her of cheating him, to which she denied. That as Jones Small advised that as the two argued, Small became more incensed and without any warning, then used an open hand strike to her face and lip area, along with both hitting and scratching her chest area and further forcefully grabbed the collar of her shirt with his fingers and pulled her from the truck. And there's more. So all that's not true.
No, I didn't say it's not true, but I'm just saying I don't remember what I told the police officer. I know that when the police officer was talking to me, I wasn't really saying too much to him. He was just looking at me, writing things down. I never said anything to the police officer.
Okay. Well, thank you, ma'am. We appreciate your statement. Mr. Cornell, is there anything you'd like to say before we reach a decision?
I think I've said enough, ma'am. You know,
Okay. Very
I
good.
appreciate everything. And I just want to say, you know, like I was saying earlier, I'm not a violent guy. I love my wife. I never strike her, ma'am. We very much is in love. You know, I just want to get on with my life, get back to work and get my life back in order. And I can continue on this parole that I'm on.
Yes, sir.
You know,
All
I've been
right.
on parole.
To vote, Mr. Prater will be voting first.
Okay, ma'am.
I vote to deny or to revoke on this particular situation because of the violence that's evident was displayed there. To me, it's evident. And that I think it's a typical story of after a certain time has passed that the wife/spouse has chosen to change her story. But it's evident from the police report, and it's evident from the fact of just what started this whole situation, a business card, and the fact that he's going to determine what kind of business card she can keep in her pocket. That's all I need to say. I vote to revoke the parole.
Mrs. Stapleton?
I agree with Mr. Prater for that same reasons. I believe that the officer had no reason to lie, or the deputy had no reason to lie. And also, he did a fantastic job on documentation because we did get the pictures. And so that is a thank you to them for doing such a good job on the police report, and also for probation and parole to make sure we get the pictures. So my vote is to deny.
The vote. And Mr. Small, based on the information presented in the record, I do find you guilty of violating condition number 3 and number 4. So my vote today also is to revoke your parole. Today, sir, your parole is being revoked. That concludes our business in Jefferson. We're going to sign off at 9:32.